you're rolling.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Milutinovich. We're in the garage. We're doing the funny car build. Everyone knows the story. We do the stuff out of the garage. So I'm gonna give you a quick little instructional or video on how we set the chassis up. Not very exciting, but follow along. If you like the video, like, share, follow us on all of our stuff. Alex Milutinovich, Hot for Teacher Racing on Instagram, Milutinovich. Rob's not the social media guy, so he's laughing at me, but follow along because someday, hopefully we can get big money. So
yeah, we'll be rich and famous one day.
Yeah, exactly. So Gary's filming, we got Rob here, we're building a funny car chassis. So what we did is we started with our little table. It's got 1/2-inch plate. It's 10 inches wide, or excuse me, 20 inches wide, 10 inches on center. We started this off our original front engine dragster. And what we did when we set the car up, we start with the motor. We get the ride height and we establish off the bottom of the frame rail. And once we have the ride height established, we go off the crank center line. So we'll center the front and the back of the motor. And we know everything else to fill in the proper wheelbase and everything else that has to fit in an NHRA legal top fuel funny car. So from there, once it's all set up, the table's level because the garage is slightly uneven. The table's level, it's got these little jack stands in here. We will basically build the car off the motor plate, the crank center line, and the ride height of the car. Everything else is we're just filling in the gap. So if you imagine, if you're making a drawing or you're coloring, we're just filling in the blanks. Cool thing about this is it's chromoly tubing, so we're filling in the blanks. We know how far out with our orange line. The yellow lines are the dragster lines. We don't do dragsters anymore. We are completely funny car. So we go to the orange line, we put all the uprights in, and we work our way back. Once we get to the motor plate, Rob does everything from the back of the motor plate and he sets up the rear end. And Rob, you want to fill it in?
Well, thanks to the lineup bar that we have from when Steve Pluger was building chassis. Thanks to Tall Paul who let us borrow it.
Able to borrow that.
We put the block in there that's been in all of Pluger's chassis.
All of them.
And we set the motor in there, and then we put the lineup bar, and then we have a strange rear end housing that's pretty much the same pinion center line as the Chrisman rear end that we currently run in the car. And when we put the lineup bar, it goes through the mains of the engine block, through the pinion, and then we set the rear end up in the back. We have what's it, 3/16 plate that we put double shear on both sides, and that sets up the rear end housing to be center of the car because the engine is everything. The car is completely built around the block.
Yeah, that's kind of the magic. And Rob said the 3/16 plate, the SFI spec is single 1/4 inch or 3/8 or double wall 3/16, and pretty much everyone does that because it sandwiches the rear end uprights. And all the specs from the NHRA, or excuse me, SFI, are from the motor plate back, and every chassis gets inspected before it races. And so once this car's done, we'll have it inspected, and then, you know, millions of dollars later, we bolt everything on, and we'll just cut her loose.
Yeah,
so
basically NHRA is worried about this part of the vehicle because this is where the driver is. This is the part, the safety, not that the whole car isn't safety oriented, but this is the part that in an accident, hopefully never, this is the part that they set a set spec with tubing thickness, what size it has to be, and
the spacing.
Yeah, and then what you do from the motor plate forward within reason is your tune-up and how the car reacts and how it flexes and how it handles.
So if you're gonna build a car, no matter what you're doing, roundy round, you know, oval, road course, it's always based off the center line of the crank, ride height, width, and that is a good reference. So once that's established, you could pretty much do whatever you want. So you don't need a technical team, you just need a little whoop ass. You need some hard work and dedication, and you could do it. And again, these guys have proven that with the cars that we've built. So just something to think about when you're building the car. SFI has all their prints you could get, And if you're going to 751 and slower, the rules are in the rule book of NHRA, and anything 990 and slower, you don't need a license. So it's kind of cool if you're going to soup up any type of hot rod, import, you know, muscle car, it doesn't matter, you can do it. And here we are. This is going to be car number 8, and here we are building the car. So thanks for watching. If you like the videos, please like, please share, and follow us. I know it's been a while since we've done another video. We've just been super duper busy. We had to build this car to get ready for Pomona, and we're not done yet. So this is chapter 9 of Alex's 9 lives. Here we go. Thanks for listening, and peace and love.